Alright, when I made this video, boy, could I hear people laughing at me. Saying, yeah, right, yeah, this flat earther's nuts. I could even hear other flat earthers laughing at me when I made this video. But hey, one day, the truth is exposed, or the truth exposes itself, actually. And here I was to listen up, people. I got something to share. And I brought here with me today, at least I hope I did, is my handy dandy level. And I'm gonna hopefully get a focus on this thing. Let me get on the other side. It might not have so much light being in it. Well, I hope you can see it's level. Right on the money. Can't tell. Okay. So I've got it as level as possible. And look where the horizon actually is. It's above the water. Imagine that. And actually, now my bubble is a lot leveler. It's more or less on the money. What I can see of it, it's on the money. Now, look where it's leveled at. You can barely see the water. Look at that. Can you imagine that? Look at the level to it. Isn't that awesome? Look at the water just nipping the bottom of my screen there. So, let's take another look at the level. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Now let me see if I can get it from the top. I hope you can see it. I'm not a tall guy, so I can't get way up there and look. But I can see from the side, because it's got the little side opening here. Alright, that's what I wanted to show, was how level the virtual horizon actually works very well on this camera. If you get it right, you can tell that that virtual horizon really does work. So think about that. Next time you guys go out with your P900s, try that test. Get you a small little level, set on your camera, and check it out. Alright, I took this on December 17th on a day that I got some really, really good footage. It was actually the footage that we used for the 11 miles proven or confirmed video. Um, but this was from the morning time there, and then what I was doing is just showing where the horizon should be on the bird rack itself. Now, I determined that when my virtual horizon is pretty level, it is actually above that bird rack. And here in a second, we'll show you. That's about where I think it's at, right there. Um, Even though the visible water is below it, I believe that it is above. And again, I can hear everybody laughing at me saying, ah ha ha, bullshit, bullshit. All right, well, the next piece of footage I've got is going to confirm it. When refraction is occurring very heavily, it pulls things down or causes things to appear downward. Actually, they are downward. They're not appearing to be. They do get pulled down. It's almost like putting on a pair of glasses, um, for the first time, and then you go to walk, and then you think you're stepping into a hole. Same thing. On this particular day or this particular morning, I had very heavy refraction occurring. Um, so this is what occurs. Science will tell you it's the opposite way around, but we know they like flipping things on us, turning it upside down. They've turned the world upside down as it is. So let's straighten it back out. Okay, now later on, I went back down there in the evening time to film this with the sun farther to my south. It's not really in the west. They always say the sun sets in the west. No, in the winter months, it's setting way to the south. A lot more to the south than it is to the west. So, again, here's the water line well beyond the bird rack. And I believe that water line even goes farther up. Now, somebody might say, hey, you're crazy, man. No, it ain't. But, when you compare it to this visible water line that's, a little more prevalent, a little bit lower down here in the screen or below that boat, that's the water that's hidden all back in there due to the light reflection, um, the haze, the fog, the evaporated water being illuminated. Because, just like fog in the morning when the sun's coming up, it illuminates it and it literally blinds you out. Again, that's why you don't put your high beams on when you're driving in the fog, because, it shoots it up in front of you, up higher, and it just illuminates the crap out of it. So this is what's occurring out there that a lot of people don't really take into consideration. This illuminating uh, weather condition. The humidity is actually getting illuminated. And, I'm going to take you right to a point here to um, the Bayport North rack. It's going to be the next rack that's coming up. And, you see other boats going by. Um, and this is the thing. When this gets exposed, people, they just want to deny it. Cognitive dissonance? Yeah, I would say so. So here's the Bayport bird rack again. And this boat's going behind it. It's a good place to show the boat kind of going off behind it. And that boat's not just going behind it by a few hundred yards. That boat's going behind it by a mile or 2, 3. And by the size of that boat, when I consider that that bird rack is 10 foot wide, that bird rack makes that boat look tiny when it's actually the boat that would make that bird rack look tiny. Maybe it's almost as tall as the boat as far as its height, but I really don't think it is, because the antenna on that boat goes probably 20 something feet in the air. Now, this is a sign that's out by the Bayport North rack, and this sign is visible. I mean, you can literally see the post. Yes, it's distorted, but what do you expect? I mean, you're going through all of this climate conditions, and we can't see forever. It's obvious. Again, you get that lit up or the illuminated water, humidity, fog, evaporated water, whatever it is, it illuminates. So again, here's the North Bayport rack, and you can actually see water beyond it. So again, that rack is almost at 8 miles. It's 7.87 miles, something like that. So again, how can this occur? Now I got one other thing I want to show, or a few pictures I want to show, and then I'll make it the end of the video. Okay, I was out the other day with a friend of mine rethinking it all, and I had picked out this over in this lot or this yard, how this um, little bit of fog that was just above the surface was being illuminated, and it was actually causing almost like um, a round rainbow. This really had rainbow colors written all over it. As you can see, I was trying to get the right angle to pick those colors up. Um, and these were taken with my cell phone. I did not have a good camera with me, but the very first picture was interesting, and we'll go back to that at the very end. And my friend rethinking everything also got a few shots coming up here shortly. You'll see where it says courtesy of rethinking everything. He took 4 shots with his camera. Um, and he had a little better focal range on his camera than I did with a cell phone. So these next 4 come up really nice. Here's the first one. But as you can see how the grass, the ground, everything underneath it is being hidden by that illuminated um, moisture or water. Okay, same thing that's happening over the water out there. It gets hidden behind this stuff. Um, and it really does give you the illusion of the drop off, the curvature of Earth. Again, here's my last one, and as you can see in that lens flare there, it almost looks like the sun is setting in the grass. All right, thanks for watching.